Six Talks.
What's the word, y'all? Welcome back to Six Talks. We're back again. We're trying to stay consistent. Back again for top 10 shooting guards. How are you guys feeling?
I'm feeling good.
Excited.
He's back, finally.
Yep.
I know some preseason games have been sick to watch.
Dude, it's been so weird because I've been trying not to overreact because it's preseason, but it's kind of hard not to.
Facts. But all I'm gonna say, you guys know we're all like diehard Raptors fans, and the Raptors have been good, bro.
We've been pretty good. We're
they've
1-1.
best-
We got the Celtics tonight. I feel like we're gonna get destroyed. We'll preview that game later.
Yeah.
But I feel like we're gonna get absolutely destroyed
You
tonight.
think so?
Yeah, because Celtics just every time, man, every single time we get blown out by the Celtics at least once every year. It always happens. It pisses me off.
We have a lot of
Yeah,
news to talk about.
A couple years ago was that Christmas game. That game we got absolutely destroyed by the
dude.
Celtics.
Yo, me and Al were actually talking about that.
The one year we finally got a Christmas game and we absolutely blew it.
I mean, while we're on it, obviously the playoffs, we lost twice I think 3 times we lost to a blowout. 3 out of the 4 games they won were blowouts, and that 4th game they won that was close was Game 7.
Fact, yeah, I remember that. It's unfortunate. It's like we can't do much against the Celtics.
Dude, I've been saying that if we got past the Celtics, we would have won the championship.
Definitely, bro. That was such a weak playoffs.
I know, dude. That path was so easy, bro.
I feel like LeBron would have been a challenge, obviously.
Yeah, the Lakers would have been our only challenge, but we hadn't lost to that team we hadn't lost to the Lakers, and I think it was an 8-year streak we hadn't lost to the Lakers until last year because of the bubble, or not the bubble, the Tampa.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay Raptors.
I remember that. But the thing is that I feel like the Lakers were good, but I feel like Siakam would have gotten better by the time the finals would have come around.
I mean, I'd hope so. I'd hope so. He was why we destroyed them. But yeah.
Yeah, Gasol as well.
What do we want to start off with? Do we talk about the Raptors? The Raptors games? Quick little recap.
Yeah, let's talk about them. The Raptors games while we're talking about it. So you watch, Yusuf. I know you watched the most.
Yeah.
Out of the preseason games, so what are your thoughts?
So let's start away. Let me pull up the score real quick. I'm gonna give a proper analysis. I need to pull up the box score. I was happy, even though we lost one of them and won the other.
Definitely, yeah.
So game one, 123 to 107. OG Anunoby 21 points. But my biggest surprise was Justin Champagnie. That dude, man, he's a baller, bro. I've been saying he might. I don't know if he's gonna get that final roster spot just because we're not confident in him. And it's giving him a roster spot off of a couple preseason games isn't really the move. But if he goes in the G League and tears it up, man, he can prove a lot of people wrong. That was a really good undrafted pickup. Banton was really fun to watch. Banton, he brought a lot of energy and stuff. I thought we're gonna throw him in the G League for a little bit and see how he does, but he might get that roster spot. We started Dragic, which is interesting, which is and we started him in the second game too, which I started to think about it. I was like, man, what if we run Gary Trent Jr. at 6-man and then we start Dragic instead? I'd be surprised. I don't know how I feel about it. I'd be surprised.
Yeah, but I think it's because the first game Trent didn't play, and the second game I feel like maybe Trent was he was coming off the injury, so Nick Nurse just wants to see how Dragic.
It wasn't a major injury though. Yeah, that's my whole point.
I think Nick Nurse is just trying to experiment at this point.
Yeah, I think he's experimenting lineups too. I think we're gonna start Trent, but Scotty Barnes, obviously, bro. The stat line don't tell the whole story. He almost had a double-double with 9 rebounds, 13 points, and 6 assists. Those 13 points were the most energetic points of all time.
Are we talking about game 1? Yeah, right?
Yeah, game one. And then, bro, here's the thing that I was so excited about. He shot 1 3. I'm cool with that, bro.
Yeah.
He missed it. I don't know if I don't remember if it was an air ball, but it hit. Even if it hit rim, bro, he's taking those shots. He's not Ben Simmons. He's excited to improve. He has that energy, bro.
Well, I
Literally,
remember that.
it's just so hype. It's just like so exciting to see a young team. You know what I mean? Like last year, we looked so defeated. We had no energy at all. Like running up and down the court, just looked constantly stressed. This is a fun lineup. It reminds me of the bench mob. I was telling you guys about this.
Yeah,
I was like, bro, what if we got another bench mob? Because like that's what they did. That's what I saw in that first game is exactly what the bench mob did. Literally, we were down. It was like we were down by like 10 points. One player was like going off, so we're like, all right, bench, come back, come out here and like get us back in this game. And then with all their energy and their speed, they get us back into it. And then the starters wake up and we start taking the lead. So it really reminded me of that. So yeah,
I feel
that's
like
my analysis.
when I saw that Scotty Barnes dunk, that was like huge because like he was so energized and it's just like he wants to be here. I was talking to about it to my gym teacher, and she was just like, yeah, like at first I was mad about Suggs, but like seeing Scotty with his energy, like he wants to be in
Hey,
Toronto, you know?
and while we're on it, by the way, freaking Scotty Barnes is having a better preseason than Jalen Suggs. That dude's pretty bad, bro. He's playing really, really bad. Like, no biasness. I'm not even trying to be
Yeah,
biased. Like, he's not playing good.
yeah.
But what? The thing, he was 1 for 7 or something in his last game. I don't know what it was in the first game, but he played bad as well. Bro, he's not been playing that
Even
good.
Jalen
Which
Green's
is
efficiency hasn't been the best.
Yeah, but he made up for it in his second game. Jalen Suggs has played bad in both his games. And it's not like he's not being played. He got 23 minutes against the Pelicans with 2 points, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That ain't and they brought him in
Points?
as a
Wow.
scorer. As a
Wow.
scorer
Yeah,
too, by the way. As
and
amazing scorer that's gonna boost your team and your offense.
Shit.
Bro,
in
where?
his first game he shot 3 of 9 as well,
Yeah.
so not exactly
There
the
you go.
best
There's
performance
that. That's
either
what I
way.
mean.
I may have been
Bro,
fleeced, Talib.
dude.
I
You
just traded
trust
for
Nah,
him.
him high,
okay,
bro. Literally, he must have seen something that we didn't. And like
for
I remember that was the and now I'm starting to kind of understand it because like that's the reason Suggs was at one point Suggs was projected to go second overall,
Yeah.
and then people started looking at his efficiency and how he was playing in college. I don't know, man. And we already got two shot chuckers in Van Vliet and Gary Trent Jr. So I feel like Suggs is gonna be that type of that type of player, just throws up threes. You know what I mean, over and over again.
Let's see.
Not really smart shots. So I'm happy with Scotty. I don't know about you guys, but I'm chilling.
I same, bro. I like his energy. I feel like he wants to improve. He's like he just looks hype in here, you know? Like I feel like he's always posting about us on his story, on his like whether it's a post.
Dude, Suggs, I feel like is gonna. I said it in the last podcast. He's gonna leave Orlando. He doesn't seem like
You think so?
that hype about it.
Yeah.
mm,
Scotty's a kid, bro. Scotty's a kid living his dream. He's not trying to act tough or hard or anything. He's literally all of us. He's how like any of us would act if we were in the league. Like, oh my god, I'm here.
pretty much. I think I will say that I feel like people are putting too much stock into Suggs' performance. I don't think he's going to be this bad in the regular season. I think he will get better. But that being said, I do like the Scotty pick just because he fits into our team better than Suggs would have. Like you said, we already have Van Vliet and Trent. We don't really need that scorer. Whereas Orlando, they already have Jonathan Isaac who plays the Scotty Barnes type role. You know what I mean?
That's a good point.
So they needed someone like a score, like a good young point guard. I mean, they
Here's
have
my
Fultz, but
logic though. Here's my logic for that. I get what you mean, but if he's doing this against in the preseason, I don't know how much he's gonna improve against NBA because they're not gonna take him off the bench. They're throwing him in that
Yeah,
starting lineup.
obviously. But
I
They're putting him in that starting lineup.
Yeah, I think also it's just rookie point guards. They always get off
yeah,
to a slow start.
that's what I'm saying.
Like Lamelo Ball last year,
Mm,
he came off the bench. He wasn't terrible, but he wasn't amazing. But
Antoine.
even better example is Trey Young in 2019 in his rookie year. He was absolutely awful in his first half. Terrible efficiency.
Dude,
Everyone called him
but
turnover Trey, and then the
I've
second half of
been
the season
watching
he
the
just
guy
turned it on.
play, man. He doesn't like. I don't
I don't
like what
know.
I see from him. He doesn't seem like a fifth overall pick or was projected to go top 4. He hasn't been playing good. He just hasn't been playing good. He'll improve, but I mean, if he plays well, who cares? But if he doesn't play well, that's a dub for
Yusuf
us.
is gonna be on his butt if he doesn't.
Yeah, bro, dude, for real. Like I am, cause like he was talking this big like, oh, whoever passes me up, I'm absolutely destroy them when it comes up. All right, show me, bro. Show me why you should have gone number 1 overall.
That's kind of like Jalen Green though.
Yeah, but Jalen Green, but he knew, man. He knew. He knew he wasn't going first overall. It's Cade. Cade hasn't played yet, right?
Yeah, I was gonna ask you. I'm actually searching it up.
Yeah, I don't think Cade has played a game yet. Maybe he's too cool for school, but I've heard it's a good team. Trying to be. They're just trying to try.
If I played for the Pistons, I would try to play as few games as possible
Facts,
too.
bro. That's true. Literally, I would request a trip, bro. I don't know what I'd do if I get drafted by the Pistons.
Bro,
Man, working your whole life, bro, towards the goal of making the NBA and hearing the Detroit Pistons calling your name, bro, and you have to act excited, bro. Literally, I don't know if I could be able to act excited.
The only good part is being able to play for Dwayne Casey, but still,
I would that man's like not even gonna play me when it matters, bro. He's not even the best coach in the world. I like Dwayne Casey, but
yeah, but he's a player's coach. When he was in Toronto, everyone liked him. I mean, he wasn't the best when it came to playoff success, but I feel like players like playing for him. They enjoy it. But yeah, who knows? Let's see. I'm excited to see K's first game. I want to see how he plays.
Yeah. Do you think he's gonna do
Cade's
good or
really
not?
big. I don't know how Cade became the biggest question mark going into the season. Because like summer league, he wasn't awful, but he wasn't good. He wasn't. People were calling him the next LeBron. You know what I mean? People were saying, "Oh, he's having as much hype as LeBron had coming."
Yeah, that's a bit too much. Yeah. Honestly, people are just overhyping him at this point.
I know you guys. I always bring up fantasy, but one of my friends traded LeBron for Cade in fantasy because he's new to it, and the guy was like, "No, you don't realize it's fantasy. It's different." And they all put money in it. That's the funny part.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, bro. Listen, that's I'm never putting money into fantasy because it's so unpredictable, bro. I thought I had a sick team last year and I ended up doing trash.
Those type of players are just they should not be playing in money leagues, man.
Yeah,
if you're trading LeBron for Cade, don't put your money on the line.
He's new. It's his first time, and you got like convinced, you know.
Oh my god! So he got fleeced.
Basically, he got full on fleeced.
Basically.
All right, so I mean, the second game, there's not much to talk about. It wasn't like except one thing: OG Anunoby.
Yeah.
His size up moves are so nice,
bro.
He's dribbling. He's more confident. You see him like he's going through the legs, behind the back, into the pull up 3.
Yeah.
It's so sick, and he's draining them too.
And yeah, he's putting up points. He's like, I feel like he's this season.
They called us crazy, bro, for saying All-Star season. They called us crazy.
I feel like he's taking that jump this season to be more like Kawhi, you know? Because I feel like I can look at him and be like, okay, this guy can he plays like Kawhi.
You see the Kawhi in him, bro. If he's an All-Star, he could be our first option.
Honestly,
who knows? And then Siakam. People talking about, oh, he's better as a second option. There you go. He has his first option. After the 2019 Raptors, bro.
Literally facts. You bring in that veteran point guard like Dragic.
Yeah, bro. Dude, like, it's an exciting team. That's the thing. That's the term I've been using a lot. It's an exciting team.
It is, yeah.
It's not a winning team. It's not a championship contender. It's an exciting team. It's an interesting team that we just have to wait and see how they play in the regular season.
I think
whether that's like missing the playoffs or barely making it in, or maybe shocking people and being top 5, it's gonna be a fun season.
For sure, yeah, agreed.
And I'm excited. What's happening in the preseason?
Yeah. Is it Cam Thomas?
Cam. The Nets did,
yeah.
Rookie, bro.
He had a really good game.
Wow. Did you see those like shots he did? Like he kind of pushed off. And
that's a baller, bro. That's a baller. That's a good pickup for the Nets.
Another scorer they're adding. It's not.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. They literally. I don't know how you can beat that team. I've been thinking about it. Like the Lakers talking about, oh, they're old. Oh yeah, all that stuff. Like, which is a good excuse. Nets literally, there's nothing against other than Kyrie not playing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The whole situation there. I don't know what's gonna
Honestly, like I'm really like wondering what they're gonna do because if you come playoff time, you have home court advantage. I mean, at that point, I wouldn't want home court advantage.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's true. Because
Yeah,
then,
that's a good point.
bro, they're at the advantage then,
Yeah,
especially if it goes to 7. They're
like
playing 4 out of
so
7 games without Kyrie
do you
Irving.
feel like they would tell like Kyrie, listen, you need to do this, or
Yeah,
or
I think so.
do you think like a possible chance that he gets traded?
One thing I do agree with Stephen A. Smith on is Kevin Durant is the only thing, is the main reason Kyrie Irving is still in Brooklyn right now. I feel like the second Kevin Durant says, "All right, listen, we need a new player," he's not gonna listen. He's not gonna do this. If Kevin Durant says to trade, Kevin Durant is the GM, bro. Kevin Durant, if he says he'll talk about LeBron being the GM, so was Kevin Durant. If he says Kyrie Irving isn't playing, if he says okay, don't trade Kyrie, even if he's not playing, then fine. You keep Kyrie.
Yeah.
It's literally all up to KD. He's the main like bearer of the move.
Talking about LeBron, let's talk about their preseason games. Their preseason game last night, because it wasn't the greatest. It was Russell Westbrook.
He had an awful
Finally,
game, man.
that was awful. He had like 7 turnovers, 2 points, 17% from shooting.
I'm not gonna act like I'm sad about this because I'm really happy that they suck.
Bro, you're such a hater, bro.
Yeah, I am because I don't like LeBron.
Okay, listen.
I don't
Enjoy.
know how you like LeBron, bro. I have no idea. After everything he's done to us, you like him?
I'm sorry, he hasn't really done anything to us. He's just a good player, and I'm
Yes,
just
he has,
appreciating.
bro. He freaking eliminated us like 20 times in a row.
So that makes him good.
I don't care. I don't care if he's good. I never say he was bad. I don't have to like the dude.
I'm just enjoying great basketball while it is there. Because
I'm not. I want him to suck. I want him to play bad. Bro, I don't care. I know I'm a hater. I'm happy that I'm a hater. Of course I'm hating him because I don't like him. Never said
Alright,
he
so
never said he sucked.
here's a follow up question, Yusuf. Who do you think is the GOAT, LeBron or MJ?
We had this conversation. I don't like to answer that question.
See, he knows LeBron is better, but he won't admit it
No,
because he hates
no,
him so
no, no,
much.
no, no. I'm saying that I can't speak on that because I never watched MJ play. So
Okay, fair enough.
the only people that, in my opinion, the only people that can answer that question are people who watch both LeBron and MJ, and we can't. Our opinions aren't valid. Because
Fair enough.
if I say MJ, people gonna be like, oh, you didn't even watch him play. How you? What's your
Yeah,
opinion based on? If I say LeBron, people are gonna be like, oh, you didn't watch MJ play. You don't know what he's
fair
about.
enough.
So
I feel like for our generation, ever like I know we haven't watched MJ, but like just watching LeBron, sometimes I think like, is there anything that this guy can't do? And like sometimes I
he
find it hard to
really
believe
does.
it. Good point.
wait,
Good point.
sorry, I have a
MJ
question.
made a better Space Jam movie. MJ Space Jam was a lot better though.
Yeah,
MJ
Oh,
Space
I
Jam
thought
was.
you
yeah,
looked.
for sure.
Tom, I thought you looked
I
confused. You're like,
Yeah,
bro,
I thought he was gonna be. I thought he was gonna go
no no
off.
no no. I was just off camera, but yeah, no, I didn't actually watch Space Jam 2, but I heard it was garbage, so I'm
it
not even
was
gonna
It wasn't
honestly
garbage.
waste my
no.
time.
It was a good movie. It was what you'd expect, but like I like the original Space Jam better.
Any thoughts about the Lakers preseason game?
You
I
know,
just
too much stock into it. You know,
yeah, exactly.
I've been trying to, but like you can't, especially with Westbrook.
Yeah,
Westbrook's the biggest X factor for the Lakers.
definitely. I feel like this was his first game, so I'm not looking over him and being like, okay, yeah, he played so bad. I feel like it's gonna get better, obviously, because it's like Russell Westbrook, and I don't expect him to get 7 turnovers in the first quarter every single game. So I feel like there's gonna be some
Yeah,
moments where Westbrook is gonna be like prime Westbrook, and everyone's gonna be like, wow. And there's obviously gonna be some moments where he's like, nah, like it won't be nice. And obviously that's gonna come with age. So I think the Lakers are still a very exciting team to watch, and I feel like it's gonna be exciting to see how they unfold this big three. So I'm excited for them.
Yeah,
Going back to LeBron, I don't
I
know if you guys have seen everyone. Oh wait, sorry. Did you have anything to say about the Lakers?
No, Tyler
I
would.
was no, I was just gonna say Russ is definitely an X factor, but I think also people underestimate the importance of AD to the Lakers because I
Yeah.
mean last year he wasn't very good. Like even when he was healthy, which was not very often, I think he
No.
played like well I forget the exact stat,
No.
but he played like somewhere between 30 and 40 games I think. Um, I feel like he's a big part of the Lakers' success. So I think it's not just Westbrook.
Yeah.
I mean, we have to see how AD plays. I mean, he regressed like massively from the free throw line. Like he was absolutely awful from there last
AD
year.
was like really helpful to the Lakers
About.
in their championship season because of his 3 point
Yeah.
shot.
Yeah,
That
and
helped a lot. If you can get that back up, it'll help the Lakers a lot, especially because I that doesn't force Westbrook to chuck up threes when no one else is hitting them.
Yeah.
Because then
yeah,
that's what was happening with the Lakers in their championship season. If people weren't hitting threes, they could go to AD for a three and expect a shot and expect it to.
yeah,
I mean, so if that can happen this year, that takes a lot of the load off of Westbrook. And
yeah.
yeah,
I feel like they need
I
to
feel
make kind of Westbrook into a cutter. Like that would be sick if he's like cutting around everywhere, running around the court.
Westbrook's just got to be all around good.
Yeah.
In my opinion, he's just got to be good. He just can't be a liability, and the Lakers will be fine. Like today, last game, he was a liability. You can't have 6 turnovers. That's being a liability.
Yeah.
That's gonna
I
negatively
think
impact
that's gonna improve.
a
I
lot.
don't want to.
or at least yeah, at least if you put up 6 turnovers, at least put up like 25, 30 points or something, you know?
Exactly.
But like
It has to
if you're
be
putting
like
up like 2
10
points and
points.
scoring your first points in the second quarter, you can't be having
But
7 turnovers before your
that's
first
where the
points.
thing is. Like he shouldn't be giving away 6 turnovers anyways. His job isn't to turn the ball over. If you're turning the ball over, because LeBron is gonna score. We already know that. We're
Yeah.
expecting AD to always score. Westbrook is the biggest question mark. So he's just gotta not negatively impact them. They'll play well.
At this point, honestly, if AD doesn't improve his free throw shooting, and if I was playing the Lakers, I would just use the hack a Shaq strategy, but just hack the entire Lakers team, because none of them can shoot free throws. So
Yeah, they
that
can
team's gonna
though.
shoot
They can
like
though. You can't use the
70% from the line.
Hackett thing for them. I don't think you do that because he can hit free throws. AD.
No, he was terrible from the line last year. He shot like I don't know. Let me pull up the stats 1 second.
I don't know if he was terrible.
Yeah, I don't think he was like
Listen,
Ben Simmons. Like he's
it
obviously
was Ben Simmons. Like Ben Simmons is a player that you'd use the hack a Shaq thing on.
they did use
AD can hit free though. If I send AD to the line, I'm cool with it.
1 second.
But
He shot.
going back to your
Sorry.
point, AD
Yeah.
was really solid before he got injured. Like I remember that Lakers
No,
LeBron.
he wasn't. He was okay, but like he wasn't thing as
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's I think
Okay.
that's
Yeah. So his free throw percentage, AD's free throw percentage was 73% last year and
yeah.
85% the year before.
So I mean,
So
you can't do a hack a Shaq thing.
Yeah, I don't know
okay,
if
maybe not
I get what you mean. I didn't know
Yeah.
it was that
maybe
bad.
not that extreme, but it was a huge
Yeah.
drop, and it was like for no reason. What was that for? Like 12% in one year.
Lakers
And it's
gonna be
really
a
weird.
team we're gonna watch a lot this
The
year.
thing is, I don't want to talk anything about the Lakers from recency bias because I feel like what we have of the Lakers in recent is like everything bad. Like
That's our job.
transitioning into
Hate on,
LeBron James,
hate on the Lakers.
transitioning to LeBron James. I feel like everyone's calling him like, oh, he can't compete with the greats like Kevin Durant, Giannis. I feel like because it's recency bias, what we'd seen just the Lakers do versus the Suns compared to what we see Giannis did versus the Suns in the finals. I feel like
Here's the thing about that though. And I've been saying that about like LeBron's been using the hashtag like hashtag washed king.
yeah,
No one actually believes that, man. I don't think anyone genuinely
a lot
believes
of
he
people
can.
do believe it.
No, people do definitely believe
They
I
it.
don't
do.
think that's true
They
at
really
all.
think he's over.
I think they're trolls, bro.
Nah,
They're just trolls.
no, not all of
Dude,
them.
no one genuinely believes that LeBron James can't compete. And I think LeBron using that, he's starting to believe that people believe that, which is kind of scary, which is kind of annoying. Because, like,
Bro,
I want him to be comfortable with where he's at. I don't want him to have any
Yus-
extra motivation.
Yusuf doesn't want to wake the bear.
Exactly, bro. I know LeBron James pretty well by now, especially after all those series. I've been like I know LeBron James well as a hater perspective, I know about his stats and stuff.
I feel like LeBron's gonna come into the season dogging. Like I feel like he.
I think he's gonna try to do that, but he's not. But he's just gonna have another regular. Everyone says he's gonna blow up this season. I don't think that's gonna happen.
I think he is. Honestly, I
I
think
think it's gonna be very underwhelming. I think everyone wants that to happen.
because bro,
I think it's gonna be very underwhelming.
listen to this. Before he got injured, he was in the MVP. Like he was number 1, number 2 MVP votes. He was like on the run to win MVP. It was him and Jokic.
I don't know. No, not number 1, number 2.
No,
You
it
were
was
saying 3.
top 3. He was top 3. I remember. It was the top 3 players were Jokic, Embiid, and LeBron.
According to who though? Bleacher Report, those guys that
No,
made
like
up.
NBA.
You guys see that trade, bro?
Bro.
Like it was. Oh my god. Now can we not talk about that, bro? That was like.
We'll let
that
the
hurts.
fans know. We'll let the viewers know. Like once we're done talking.
Hold up, yeah. Pull it up.
Yeah,
that was actually an abomination, bro.
That was
My
horrible.
brain hurt reading that.
Yeah. But like I feel like LeBron, I feel like he's gonna come into the season and everyone's gonna like change the narrative. Oh, he's washed, and he's at like trash. Because I feel like everyone's going based off what he did versus the Suns when he was still injured. Like he even said like I'm not 100%.
Like, oh man, I hate like, cause that's what everyone wants it to be like though. Cause everyone wants it to be like a movie where LeBron James has this fall off. He wants to prove people wrong. He goes on win track. That's not how it works. We said that that's how it would work last year when the Lakers were in the 7th seed. Lakers 7th seed, magical Cinderella run to the finals against the Nets, and then it'll be an epic battle. Nets got injured, then reality hits. The Suns were just a better team overall than the Lakers. The Nets got injured, and the Bucks played better than the Nets. And then we got Suns versus Bucks. You know what I mean? Like we're not living in a movie. I feel like people are starting to believe that we're living in a movie.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I feel like.
Yeah, like I'm not hating. I don't think he's gonna have a horrible. I don't think he's gonna have a bad season at all. I think he's gonna be, all-star captain again, all that stuff. Because LeBron James, but he's not gonna have some like. It's not magical, bro. He is at the end of the day, he's 37. Bro.
Yeah,
he's
he is getting older. He is
37 years old. If he plays like a Miami Heat LeBron, I will be impressed.
But I still think it's crazy. Sorry, I think it's still crazy to say that he can't compete with like the Durant and the Giannis.
Yeah.
I just find that crazy. That's all.
I think just the fact that going into every season we kind of expect LeBron that whatever team he's on, that team's gonna contend. Like just the fact that going into last playoffs, everyone was like, I'm pretty sure if you looked at brackets, majority of people would have had the Lakers beating the Suns for no other reason than just
weird
because
to me, by the way.
LeBron.
Can we talk about that? That was so weird to me that everyone had the Lakers beating Suns. That was so disrespectful to the Suns.
It's the LeBron effect, man. Like no matter what team he's on, you automatically just assume.
Weird, bro. Like people call me weird for hating LeBron so much, bro. People ride or die for LeBron so much, man. Literally, that was actually it was so. You had non-Lakers fans picking the Lakers, bro. Literally, You know what I was saying? I was saying, bro, the Suns. If this world is correct, bro, if like the Suns are winning this series. But we all know that everything's messed up, so it's gonna be Lakers versus Nets, because freaking God hates me. But like that didn't happen. The real what really was supposed to happen happened, and the Suns beat the Lakers.
Yeah, I mean they were the better team. LeBron and AD weren't 100%, so it was kind of bound to happen. So
they were by far the better team. The Lakers, they didn't have any momentum going into those playoffs.
That's true.
They weren't like solid at all.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Let's move on. Do you have anything to say, Talib?
No, I'm good.
Yeah, we spent a little bit about the Lakers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I should just go past them and be like, oh yeah, let's not put too much stock. But we
have to feel Yusuf's hate.
Yeah, exactly, bro. I got like into it, dude.
It's out of his system now, so we're good.
Yeah, exactly.
Any preseason other teams you guys want to talk about? The Bulls?
Bulls were fun. Bulls are a really fun team.
They really are. Like they're blowing.
Dude, 2 games in a row that they won by 41. Yeah. They play bad teams, but like, dude, we need to know that they can beat the bad teams by a lot to know that they're legit.
Yeah, facts. It's gonna be a fun team. I feel like I'm really excited for the Bulls. They have a lot of like.
You know what surprised me the most? How much chemistry they already have.
Yeah.
Like seeing the fact that like you saw that Caruso. I'm gonna use that Caruso pass to DeRozan
The
on
alley-oop,
the
right?
cut for not the alley oop, but like when he like
Reverse
passed it to
slant.
the side and DeRozan went reverse layup
Oh, okay.
or
Yeah,
like a reverse dunk
yeah.
thing. That's a sign of good chemistry. The
Yeah.
fact that Caruso, instead of passing it to the corner, expected DeRozan to cut. That's crazy. And then obviously the lobs are like a sign of good. There are a lot of good
Yeah,
signs for the
they're a fun team. I feel like because
very fun
they
team.
have a really balance of everything. Like they have that shooting in Zach LaVine, so they're not really missing anything. You know?
I'm happy
The one,
Demar. From what I've seen, Demar is not like trying to be that guy.
Yeah.
He's calm with having Levine there as
yeah.
well.
The one thing I will say is that I still do have a few questions about their defense because, like, if you look at their roster defensively, they don't have any like great lockdown defenders. But Billy Donovan is a great coach, so hopefully he can like implement some sort of like a great defensive system over there where not everyone has to be a star defender. But obviously it's too early to call this from now. But I do think that the Bulls should completely buy in at the deadline and trade for someone like Covington, like someone who's a great wing defender who can sort of add that to their team. And I mean, like, because if you look at the roster, like for example, I used to watch a lot of Magic games last year because I had Vucevic and Markel Fultz on my fantasy team before he got injured. And Vucevic, he just looked lazy out there. I mean, it could be just as a result of him playing for the Magic. I would probably look lazy too, but
Yeah,
he just looks like if you like, he puts up great numbers, but it all comes off these like dinky hook shots and like
Yeah.
layups in the paint. He doesn't really look like he's actually trying hard out there. Like if you watch someone like
yeah. I forgot
Embiid,
they had Vucevic. I
yeah.
completely forgot that they had Vucevic.
Yeah, and also about Vucevic, I think his numbers are going to go down by a lot because his usage was so high as a center on the Magic. He was like pretty much getting everything, like either these threes off screens or like these like the pick and rolls or whatever they were doing. He was getting all the touches and all the shots.
Mm.
So I think we'll see like maybe him average like 17 and 10 maybe. Nothing close to like what did he average last year? Something up like 22, 23. I don't think we'll see him
He
hit
averaged
anywhere
more
near
than
that.
23.
Yeah.
He was balling.
Was it more than that? Yeah, but see, as long as he performs defensively, I think that's fine because the Bulls don't need him to score.
Yeah,
Like that's
that's
not his
true.
role.
Yeah,
Here's my thing. The Bulls can make the playoffs. Like I agree with you 100%.
they definitely can.
Oh,
But
for
like
sure.
the Bulls can make the playoffs with their offense alone. We know that. So defensively, I think that's something that they're gonna look to just make the playoffs this year and maybe cause a scare in the playoffs. Next year, they're probably gonna make some trades and sign some good defenders. That's what I feel like
Yeah,
they're.
I feel like they
So
also have
you
Patrick
don't make any
Williams.
panic like all in moves defensively right now. Like Miami bringing in PJ Tucker was an all in defensive move. That's an example of an all in move for defense, like just to get that guy there. But so I think the Bulls got to see this season out how they're doing defensively, where they're at, and yeah, it's gonna be a fun year.
I feel like they have Patrick Williams, so I feel like that's their defense guy. And I think
yeah.
Patrick
Well,
Williams is
that's
their
not
defense
sad.
guy. It's
Patrick Williams is your defense guy.
not bad, okay? He's pretty good.
I don't know, bro. I don't know.
But let's transition into. Do you guys have anything else to say? I think we spent a lot of time on preseason.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, dude. But hey, wait, one last thing that I wrote down. Who do you guys think are gonna get the last three roster spots? So there's out of these players, I think it was Utah, Banton, Champagny, Svi, Bonga, Wainwright, um,
Sam Decker.
Harris, and Sam Decker. Those are the 8 players.
I feel like
Who are the three you think we're gonna give?
Utah, Banton,
Utah. We all agree on Utah, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
Utah is getting that spot.
Banton,
Okay.
and maybe is there any center that you named?
There's Reggie Perry.
I think we're gonna go with Cj Mccullum.
Nice.
Yeah.
There we go. That is one of my three. I don't think we're giving spots to Sam Decker or Reggie Perry.
Yeah,
But to be fair, they haven't played. So here's my thing. I don't know. I think we might send Banton down to the G League.
I wouldn't be shocked if that happened.
I wouldn't be shocked if that happens. So because you think about it this way, Utah is 100% getting that spot.
Yeah.
Ski is playing like he deserves it. And then you've got the rest are veterans. You got Bonga. You could bring up Bonga. Bonga hasn't been playing bad. He's been playing pretty good. You could get Wainwright. Wainwright's got that experience from overseas that you could bring. He's got pace. He can shoot the ball well. Very decent man. And yeah,
I feel like
like
Shvi and Utah are like locks, and
I
feel
think
like
they're locked in. I
the
think they're
third
locked
the third one in between Banton or what's this Bonga.
Bonga, yeah. I think Champagny he deserves it more than like Bonga, but we need to send him to the G League
Yeah.
just because it's the smart thing to do.
Yeah.
Tala, what do you think?
I think Utah obviously is a no-brainer. I think, like you said, I don't think we're gonna sign Sam Decker or the Perry guy. Sam Decker, like we all know, this season for the Raptors is not a season where we need veterans in the room to try and
Sam Decker
like,
is like a cool dude, by the way. I
yeah.
seen he tweets
I
about
mean,
baseball.
oh really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
He's a Brewers fan.
Oh my God, they won yesterday, right? The Brewers,
I don't know. I
or
haven't
was that
been,
the
I
day
haven't
before?
bro. The
I
Blue
don't
Jays,
know.
I just stopped watching.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't think Sam Decker will get it. I would be really mad if he did because this is a season where we need to just send the young guys out and let them play. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sort of uh, gauge out who's good and who's not. I don't like. I mean, obviously Bonga has that NBA experience, so I can see us signing him to the active roster. And
Bonga's
he's
young.
also,
That's the
yeah,
thing.
I was just about to
It's
say
not
he's
like a
also
Sam
still
Decker.
young.
It's not
Yeah,
like a Sam Decker. He can improve, but like he's
yeah,
not gonna do much in the G League, in my opinion.
Yeah.
yeah.
And I feel like what's that third game? The Banton, right?
Banton,
Yeah,
yeah.
I feel like Banton also. I feel like if he were to play, he would be the two-way player. I wouldn't be surprised if he was a two-way.
No, he already signed to not max contract, an entry level contract, 2 years.
Okay.
David Johnson is our 2-way player. He's gonna be in the G
So like a two-way is like you're in the G League and then you can come up to the
Yeah.
Raptors if they
League. Oh,
need.
that's what you meant. Oh, I thought you were talking about his contract.
Oh no, I meant like
What he signed to.
yeah, I feel like I feel like he would be a G League player and then he would come up to the Raptors if they ever needed him.
Yeah, we'll see.
So yeah, I think to recap, I think it'll be Utah, and then I'll say Svi, and I don't know who the last one's gonna be. I think it'll be Utah, Svi, and maybe Wainwright. I don't know. I think yeah. I feel like
Like
Bonga.
Wainwright. I don't know why we haven't played Wainwright more. I want to see more out of him.
Yeah,
From summer league, I really liked Wainwright. He was fun to watch.
yeah. Or it could be Bonga. I don't know. I
Yeah.
just and also that Champagny said he didn't he turned down I think tryouts from like some a bunch of other teams just to play for the
Yeah.
Raptors. So
He said from like this season, like the draft time, he wanted to play with the Raptors.
yeah, which is interesting because he's not even from Toronto. Usually, if you're from Toronto,
No,
I guess
isn't
that makes
Champagne from
sense.
Toronto? Is he the Toronto man?
No, that's
No, that's
Banton. That's
Oh,
Banton.
okay.
Banton. Banton.
Yeah,
Banton's from Rexdale, bro.
yeah.
Oh yeah, but
But
It's
yeah.
really, but honestly though, it's really cool to see like an American player have that type of interest in Toronto because we don't really see that often. Like
It's
you,
weird,
you
bro. It's
sometimes
weird.
see
It's
like
weird.
usually it's like the Knicks and Lakers where people are like, oh, I want to go to the Knicks or the Lakers. You don't really see anyone saying I want to go play for the Raptors. So I think that's just a huge step forward for the city of Toronto. Like we're actually attracting. I mean, he's not exactly a big name free agent, but we're actually attracting players to Toronto.
Um,
So it's a good sign for Toronto basketball.
yeah. But while talking about max contracts, Aiton, that whole situation's weird, man.
yeah,
I think. Do you give Aiton the max contract?
I feel like what his draft class has gotten, you give him it. Like I feel like he's better than MPJ personally.
I agree. Bro, literally, you took the words out of my mouth. When you compared him to his other draft, he deserves it.
He deserves it. Like I wouldn't say MP. I feel like
This is
MPJ.
your team, bro. Lock it in. I don't know why they aren't locking it in.
That's what I'm
Bro.
saying. Like why are you
This is your
stalling?
finals team. Look what the Bucks did, bro. They got eliminated. Who cares? Lock him in. Keep your core, bro. If you know you got to the finals,
Because he
with
was a
CP3,
huge
Booker
part.
and Aiton as your big three, you lock those guys in, bro.
And the thing is,
100%.
I feel like because they think that they can get a better deal out of him. But I don't care. Like, bro, you see what he did.
Who gives a
You've
damn,
been
bro? Give
bad
him the
for so
money.
many years. You're finally being
Why are
good.
you thinking in a business? Yeah, you don't
Like,
think in a business standpoint. You think, okay, these are my three players that helped me get to the finals the most. Lock them in, keep them there for like however long. That's your thought process. What you're doing.
I feel like they're gonna end up doing that, but
Yeah,
let's
it's
see.
taking way too long, bro. It's
Yeah.
taking way too long.
Okay, yeah. Let's Dal, do you have anything to say? Because I know you don't.
Nah, I think we're good. I actually gotta go for work at 2, so hopefully this episode's
Nah,
wrapped up by like 1:30,
yeah,
1:40.
We good.
yeah.
Yeah, we're good.
So let's transition into the top 10 shooting guards. We took way too long talking about everything else. So you guys want to do the same format as yesterday, last episode? How we did? Yeah, 10. So
Well, we'll run it through quicker this time because I think we spent too long
yeah,
like talking. I'd say one person says all the. If we all have the same player at a position, then one person talks about what they like about him
yeah. Okay.
instead of all three.
So okay, just making sure I have 10.
Yeah.
And also for the viewers out there, we confirmed that everyone's a shooting guard before we put it in, so we didn't
Instead
make
of
the same mistake like we
Doncic would have been on my list.
So let's start off with, so for me, my number 10 is Terry Rozier. Just I feel like he took a big leap
Interesting.
going into Charlotte, and I feel like he's just gonna improve for what he left off.
That's a hipster pick, but I like it. I picked Clay at 10, which is
I forgot
Clay.
about that.
Yeah, Clay is a wild card. We discussed. We were like, oh yeah, should we even put Clay in this? Because he hasn't played in so long. But like, I feel like he's a top 10 shooting guard. It would be disrespectful to put him above any of my 1 through 9 because like he hasn't played in a while. So I'm gonna keep him at 10. I think that's fair.
So I have I don't know if we're counting this guy as a shooting guard, but I have Charis Levert.
Yeah.
No, that's a shooting guard.
As a shooting guard, okay, yeah. So I'll put Levert over Rozier and Clay. Like, okay, obviously, if Clay's on the court, I think we all know that he's a top 10 point guard,
Yeah.
if not in skill, but if in the difference he makes for his team. But he's too much of a wild card right now. I mean, he might not even be back till Christmas or later. So, and since this list is just right now, I'm gonna put Levert. I think Levert's gonna have a great season in Indiana. I just hope his efficiency improves a little. But other than that, uh, yeah, I'm excited to see what we get from him this season.
So for my number 9, also about Clay, I was gonna add him, but like he's injured, so I feel like
That's why I said wild card. I don't know
Yeah.
if we were.
Yeah, that's why I didn't put him either. Otherwise, he would have been definitely higher.
number 9 is Cj Mccullum. I feel like a good shooter. I would hope he can get traded to Philly for Ben Simmons. I feel like that'd just be better for the team. But I feel like he can, like last season before he got injured, he was like on fire, and he's like I think he's a top 10 shooting guard.
Yeah, I had CJ there too.
CJ.
I
Same.
think he's
Okay.
Yeah, I just think I don't like him. I actually
Yeah.
don't like CJ McCollum. I don't think he's like all-star potential.
Yeah,
Like,
I feel like
he was a top 9 shooting guard compared to everyone else.
yeah.
Yeah, he was just. I feel like he's really good at what he does, and obviously he was insane before getting injured last year. Like he was like hitting. He had more 3-pointers a game than Curry before he got
Yeah, I remember that.
injured. He was shooting like 4 or 5 a game, and he was averaging like, what was he averaging? Does anyone know
20
offhand
something
before he got injured?
points.
It was like
That's
high
fine, who
20s. I
cares?
feel like.
Yeah.
Who cares? It's
Um,
CJ
Yeah.
McCollum.
but I feel like one thing about him, his flaw is that like he's good at what he's good at, and then he's not really like
Yeah, he
he
doesn't do
sucks
anything
at what
else.
he's not good at.
I like that you said that's literally the perfect thing. He sucks
Yeah.
when he sucks.
Yeah.
But
And for number 8, I have Shea. I feel like Shea's like he's a really good young prospect for like that Paul George trade that they got. I feel like he was injured last season, and I feel like he's gonna come back stronger this season, especially with the Thunder, like Chris Paul gone, and like they're just trying to go younger. So it's gonna be interesting how he performs and how he develops.
wait, who'd you have?
Shea goes
Shea.
against
Okay.
Alexander.
Okay. Yeah. I have Shea too.
Okay, Shea.
Yeah, so do I.
Oh wow.
For
Clean
some
sweep
reason,
again.
I was looking at my phone for a second, and I heard like Chris Paul, so I thought you said Booker, and I was about to like
That you guys have the check. You guys have the. I'm not that.
Yeah,
That would be terrible. I know I had the Kyrie thing, but
All right, so we all have SGA. I agree with everything you say about SGA.
Then for number 7, I have Jalen Brown.
Yep.
Ooh.
I got Jalen Brown as well.
Okay.
Now this is where you guys might get mad at me. But hear me out, okay?
I think I know
I have
who he is.
Bradley Beal.
Oh my god.
What?
Okay,
That's
No, Clippers. What?
that's worse. That's worse than Muddy's Kyrie take last episode and your Lowry take
What?
combined. That's
my
terrible.
Lowry take wasn't that bad, okay?
That
No,
is
that was
terrible.
no. What? Bradley
I
Beal.
am looking at the rest of my 1 through 6, okay?
That is awful. I am sorry,
It
bro.
consists of people like hear me out. You gotta hear me out. You gotta hear me out.
Let him talk. I want to know this reason.
It consists of people like James Harden, who's obviously, Devin Booker.
Okay,
Paul,
don't spoil the
just made
list.
the finals.
Don't spoil the list.
I'm just you don't know the order. I'm not saying it in order.
Oh, okay.
So, Mitchell, who was in the number 1 seed, PG, who's the number 1 option on the conference finals team, Zach LaVine and Jalen Brown are the 2 people who you could put Beal over. But putting him at 7 actually isn't that surprising.
It's really surprising. Like,
Where do you guys
over
have him?
him?
You can't tell me.
You'll see. You'll
that
see.
he's better than Donovan Mitchell, Devin Booker, Paul George, James Harden.
You'll
That's
see.
for sure. He is worse than those 4 players.
Okay, fine. Okay,
Levine and Brown is I get why you guys would be like mad about me putting him below Brown or Levine. But bro, he was an 8th seed, dude. And saying I don't care how many points he had.
Can I ask you a question? So
Yeah.
Levine was better than 8 seed? Answer the question.
Okay, fair enough.
That's fine.
Levine, that was a little bit biased. I will change that. Okay, Levine is at 7. Jalen Brown, I don't care, bro. Jalen Brown was better. They had injuries. Injury factor. Jalen Brown was better than.
No, keep your list. Beal's at 7. You keep that.
Alright, fine.
Beal's at 7. Talib, who do you have at 7? Same thing, Brown.
Yeah, I have Jalen Brown at 7. I think he's great in that Boston system. Obviously, he's a great secondary scorer, probably one of the best in the league.
I think you guys are really underrating Brown, by the way. I think that's really underrating.
Here's the thing. I think if he's given a bigger role, he could improve, and maybe if, for example,
think about how he's playing.
Tatum,
But that there we go. That's my point. Think
Tatum,
about how he's playing this way with Tatum.
Yeah, but I mean, we can't. I'm not gonna rank him just based on a hypothetical. I mean, if Tatum gets injured and we see Brown put up like 30
You
points a
gotta
night,
add other
maybe.
factors to it, though. If we're just going based on stats and how they played, then we can't include how they finished or the standings or
But
where they
okay,
finished
also
at the end of the season
but
or how they
that's
played.
fair. But we've never seen Brown be the number 1 option. We've never seen him get guarded
Yeah,
by
we
the other
have.
team's
Yeah,
best
we have.
defensive player.
Some games where Tatum was slowing down, Jalen Brown was stepping up.
Yeah, that's fine, but I mean not on a consistent basis. Like for example, he never gets it's always Tatum that draws the hardest matchups, right? Like Tatum's gonna be the one that's being guarded by the Kawhis, not Jalen Brown.
Enough. Like I said,
So
Levine and Brown, you could have Beal over.
Yeah.
I don't know how you guys have him over that top four. If you do, but let's move on.
Okay, so move on. I have Levine at 6. It is right. 6 at 6. I feel like he's an amazing scorer. Last season, what he was able to do, like just his scoring ability, he's like an all-around like scorer. He can hit the 3, he can hit the midi, he can go in the paint. He lacks a lot of defense, obviously, and I feel like he's gonna get lower in points per game this season, but I feel like he's gonna improve his game as a whole.
Yeah, I have Levine at 6 too.
yeah, same here.
Okay, so yeah.
But now, after thinking about it, if I had to redo this list, I'd put Beal at 5. There you go.
At 5 now.
Oh
Yeah,
wow,
okay.
okay. That's
If I had to redo it. Think about it. This is me looking over the shooting guards first time. But I stick with the fact that you guys are really overrating Beal.
no.
Go ahead. Who's your 5?
Okay, my 5, Paul George.
Yeah.
I feel like seeing Paul George, what he did with the Clippers last season, without Kawhi, Wait, where'd he go? Oh, he's gone. He was frozen for me. So.
This guy's acting like Paul George at 5 is worse than Beal at 7.
Honestly, bro, what? Bro.
He just made the conference finals without Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, so that's why I'm putting him at 5.
You have Donovan Mitchell over Paul George.
Yes, I do. I certainly
Paul
do.
George beat Donovan Mitchell. That literally makes no sense. All right, go ahead. You know, whatever. Sure.
I feel like what he did with the Clippers taking them to the finals without Kawhi was huge. But I think the other players are better than him. I mean, my next player that I'm about to say and Paul George are interchangeable. So, but like for now,
it better be Mitchell. It better be Beal. You guys think Bradley Beal is better than Paul George?
Yeah.
Wait, Tala, who do you have? Who do you have at 5?
At 5, okay, so I have Devin Booker. I know you guys are gonna have him a lot higher than 5.
What?
That's a hot take. That's a hot take too.
Yo,
I get it.
My
I
take
get
wasn't
it.
that bad. I don't care, bro.
I get it.
My take wasn't
No,
that bad anymore.
This is
My take
your
was
take
no
is worse.
Beal going at me,
Beal
bro.
at 7 is worse than Booker at 5. I don't care. Okay. These other guys that we've seen.
Comment down below the worst take of the day. Paul George at 5,
What?
Beal at 7,
Bro.
or Booker at 5. And by the way, I said Beal could be up to 5. Beal is 5 max, in my opinion. Comment down below the word.
Come on, Yusuf. That's awful.
No, wait. I want this explanation.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, the guys that I have above him, I have good reason for them all being above him. The main reason that I have this guy this low, he's not okay. He's a dynamic scorer. We all know that. The main reason I have him this low is team success. But I know he made the finals. That's because of Chris Paul. Okay, before Chris Paul came to Phoenix, Booker didn't do much with that team. So
Really?
I'm not.
He's
Yes,
supposed to make
really,
the finals
really.
with that
I'm sorry.
team, bro?
I'm not
Wait,
saying he's supposed to make the
2019,
finals, but what else did he do? What else did he do? What else did he do?
He dropped 70 in a game.
Nah,
And he
fifth
still
best.
lost.
So you're telling me,
70
you're telling
in a
me
game,
best.
but he still lost.
Fifth best.
Listen to me.
Move on.
No, wait, quickly. Let me go over this. You're telling me he
Alright.
was supposed to make the playoffs, at least, with Dario Saric, Troy Daniels, Ray Spalding, Josh Jackson, Ricky Rubio, Eric Moreland, whoever the hell that. I don't know anyone who I just said other than Ricky Rubio.
Okay, I'll move him. I'll move him to 4 to make you guys happy. Okay. You guys are gonna have Booker as number 1, but I don't
Let's
even care.
move on.
He's number 5.
Nah, you keep him at where you were. Just like it's Yusuf had to keep
Alright.
Bradley Beal where he is. So who do you have, Yusuf?
Oh, what? Oh, yeah. I didn't say. I said Brown, but like I understand why you.
Okay. So at number 4, I have Donovan Mitchell. I think
There we go.
being able to put the Jazz at the number 1 seed. Obviously, when he came back in the playoffs, they started winning. The first game when he wasn't there, like they lost to Memphis, and then as soon as Mitchell came back, they just gentlemen swept them. So I feel like the presence of Mitchell in the Jazz is like huge, and that's why he's my number 4 shooting guard. But again, him and Paul George, like I said, are interchangeable.
Yeah, I have Mitchell at 4 too, but yeah, I guess.
Okay.
Sorry, 1 second. I'm just opening up my. I did have Mitchell's 4 as well, but like you said, I think him and Paul George are interchangeable.
Yeah.
I'll get to my reasoning for putting Paul George ahead of him soon, but yeah.
By the way, then, if you have to leave at 1:30, you could go through your list really quick.
No, it's cool. I can stay for the next.
I think we should be good. I think we only have top 3 left.
Yeah.
All right.
So number 3, the Yusuf, this is where it comes. Bradley Beal. I feel like being the second best scorer, dropping 30 points per game, trying to do everything what he can to take his team to the playoffs. I feel like he's in that similar situation with where Booker was, and I feel like he just needs another player to take to the playoffs. And last season, Russell Westbrook was there.
He had Russell Westbrook.
They had no one else.
He had Westbrook.
That he only had Westbrook.
He had a very decent core lineup. He had young guys, Rui Hachimura.
The coaching on that team was terrible.
Like
coaching. Okay, fine, coaching. But like
They
thing.
got hit by
But
injuries.
you
Like
can't.
You can't think about factors like that.
But you
Though.
can't
their
We were
say.
talking
players
about
on.
it back
But you
then.
can't say that like that he played bad. He played amazing. He dropped 30 points per
I
game.
didn't say that though. I didn't say you
You're
played
not
bad.
like you're disrespecting him. Him at 7.
I think you're okay. I said that 7 was low. Okay, I said 7
Nah,
was low.
nah, nah. We had that on clip. 4K.
But we have what's it called? We have you said he's over Booker and Mitchell. Mitchell got the first seed. PG made the.
I didn't say he's
Or,
over
no, not Booker. You said he was over PG. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
PG made the conference finals without Kawhi Leonard.
I know.
And you're saying Beal is over them because he averaged 30 points.
He's an amazing player. He's an all-around scorer. If he was to be on a good team, this guy would probably win.
You didn't answer my question though. I said, why do you have him? Why do you not put like any stock value into their end of season, how they ended it?
What do you mean?
Like you're not putting any stock into the fact that PG made it to the conference finals.
No, I did. I did put in stock.
He,
but I would. I think
what he did.
Like it's not like PG didn't have Kawhi the whole playoffs.
He pretty much. They didn't need Kawhi Leonard to beat the Dallas. They could have beaten the Dallas Mavericks without Kawhi Leonard. They could have beaten the Jazz. They did beat the Jazz without Kawhi Leonard.
No,
Kawhi. Kawhi was injured in that Jazz series. Kawhi got injured in the Jazz series.
Okay.
They finished off with Paul George. They caused a big scare to the Phoenix Suns. It took a DeAndre Ayton buzzer beater for them. Otherwise, it would have gone to 7. Bro, this Paul George proved himself.
He did. That's why he's top 5 for me. But I just think Beal is, at this stage, is a better player.
What has he proved though? That's my. I'm looking at results, bro.
What has Booker proved as well? You have to stop thinking about the narrative.
He can make the finals
just because he can't win. Just because he can't win doesn't mean he's a bad player.
I didn't say that, bro. Can we get this out of the way? Top 10. All these players are good.
They are good.
All these players are very good.
But Beal is top 3 quality.
all right. We'll move on. Oh yeah, I didn't say. This is where I have PG.
PG, okay. Yeah, I mean
PG. I have him here because he's doing what he's doing, and he showed that he is a quality player.
Yeah,
he was the number 1 option for a little bit, and he even improved, which is a big factor. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't have him over this.
Yeah. Who do you have, Yusuf, as? I mean, Taliban. No.
Yeah, I have PG as well. The main reason I have him this high is just because, unlike most of the other players on this list, he is amazing defensively.
Yeah.
I mean, shooting guards aren't really known for being great defensively, but this guy is. He's probably one of the best two-way players in the league. And he's a great scorer as well. We've seen he has the clutch factor. Other than that one bad playoff series, I mean, what can't he do? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised to see him average like 6 assists this year.
Bro.
Yep, I do.
Also to say, I feel like PG. I feel like with this playoffs really brought his value back up. So I see why he's a number 2, 3 for you guys.
And hot take here, guys. I think PG is gonna have. Honestly, it's not even a hot take at this point, but I think PG is gonna have an MVP caliber season.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Same.
Yeah, I think he'll be one of the top 3 vote getters for MVP.
That's what I've been saying. PG is the best. He plays the best basketball when he's the first option. OKC, Indiana, first option, playing like insane, bro. And then he goes to the Clippers, second option, falls off a little bit.
Yeah.
So at number 2, I have Devin Booker. The success he had in the final, with this team, and going back to Talib's point that it was all Chris Paul. This guy showed out.
It really wasn't. It just wasn't
all Chris Paul. This guy showed out, and I feel like Chris Paul just helped him with the leadership and just the playmaking, and that's what they were missing. I feel like if Bradley Beal got that, going back to Yusuf's point, where he's not a top 3, I feel like Beal would be able to do what Booker did with that missing piece.
He isn't top 3 though. I'm just saying.
Who do you have number 2?
We know what he has at number 2, and I'm literally so shocked.
I have Beal at number 2. 30. What was it? 32, 33 points a game. What was it last year?
I think it was 31. 30, 31.
31 points a game on one of the worst teams in the league, which means he's drawing all the number one matchups. He shot the biggest thing, possibly the biggest thing for me, is he shot 48% from the field.
Yeah.
It's not even like he was chucking up a bunch of shots and got them to go in. That's why he averaged 31 a game. This guy averaged 48% from the field. He was a great 3-point. Actually, he wasn't great, but he did, I think, hit a bit more threes than he did the season before.
Yeah.
He's great from the line. I mean, if you can consistently go against teams that cannot stop you defensively, despite you being like literally the only offensive threat on that team, uh, other than Westbrook towards the end of the season, but if you can do that, you are a top 2 point guard in my opinion.
I have a
Devin,
question. I have a question.
yes,
In 2019 to 2020 season, would you have Bradley Beal as high as you did? Where would you have Bradley Beal? Top 10,
Definitely.
right? Top 10,
top.
but
Top
not
5.
even top 5. Not even top 5 back then, yeah? You guys put so much stock into his points. He averaged 30 that season.
No, I
Which
would.
season?
I think I would put in top 5 still, but I would have
The
to go through the.
2019-2020 season.
I
He averaged
can't say
30
that.
points. You guys are talking so much about his 31 points per game. Well, that year he had 30, and he didn't even make the All-Star team. You know what I mean? So scoring doesn't matter as much as you guys think.
No, I know it doesn't, but
Yeah,
I just feel like
really,
you're
really.
undervaluing it.
I'm not though. I'm just not. Compared to everyone else, scoring is important, but it's not as important as you guys are saying.
I
Field
think.
goal percentage. By the way, he shot.
Wait, can I ask you a
thing.
question, Yusuf? I have a question.
What?
What if Bradley Beal got traded to Toronto? You would say he's not a top.
Oh, freaking! Because he's a good player. I never said he was a
No,
bad
but
player.
you wouldn't say he's a top 5 shooting guard.
No,
That's cap.
bro.
If
I'm
he has the
biased.
audacity to
but-
put Lowry at 9, this guy would put freaking Bradley
Yeah,
Beal at number 1.
I'm biased, bro. But like realistically, that's not gonna happen. So Beal ain't
All right.
coming. He's staying in Washington.
Let's
He's gonna
let's
ruin
move on. Number 1.
Number one.
Oh wait,
Unanimous.
Yusuf, who do you have at number 2?
Oh yeah. I didn't say. I said Booker.
Okay, Booker. Yeah, so same as me. And then
Yes,
at
you
number
guys
1,
made the finals as
we
the
all
first option.
have. I have Fred VanVleet at number 1.
Of course, of course.
No, I'm
I
joking.
got
James
Luka.
Harden.
You
I got
got
Luka.
unanimous. James Harden. If any of you guys say anything other than James Harden, your opinion is invalid. I'm sorry.
My boy. I will say this though. He's got to prove himself this year to keep that spot because there are people coming for that
Yeah,
spot.
Bradley Beal, Devin Booker.
I'm not with Bradley Beal.
Devin
Dude,
Booker.
I hate
Get
Bradley.
out of here.
I hope
Get
Bradley
outta here.
Beal like friggin'
Okay.
falls off the cliff so I can laugh.
Everyone, before I go, everyone make one prediction. If one person unseats James Harden for the number 1 shooting guard spot in the league, who is it? I'm gonna say Paul George. This season. Who do you
I'm
think?
going to say Paul George as well. Paul
Najee,
George
what do
is
you
Devin
think?
Booker.
I'm gonna say. Paul George makes sense, but like I don't want to be the same as you guys, so I'm gonna just go take a hot take and say Devin Booker.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wanted to say Booker just so I could be different, but like I think Paul George is best.
Let's keep that on clip just so everyone knows.
Yeah. And
All right,
I think
guys,
that's
I gotta go. I gotta leave for work in like 10 minutes, and I still haven't eaten. But
The only
see you
thing
guys
is,
next
traffic
episode.
is terrible on Bathurst. And
Really?
yeah.
Oh man. All right, I gotta go
I
then.
bet.
But
What?
yeah, we'll see you guys next episode. Hopefully, more hot takes and
Leave us in the
none of
comments whose hot take was horrible. Whose hot take was the worst?
none of them will be as bad as Beal at 7. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
I agree, but my new take is Beal at 5. So keep that in mind that I agreed with.
Nah.
All right, then
These
my
guys
new
are
take
saying
my new
Beal
take is
at
Booker at
2,
4. So we're
Okay.
Okay.
5.
We'll see you guys later. Take care. Peace. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Peace out.